Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to GreedFall, where last time we had started the Vespe conspiracy. It was part of the DLC for the game. I figured I might as well take care of the DLC before moving on to the main quest, because it feels like we are getting closer and closer to the end.
You should ask these bystanders. They may have seen who stuck up these posters.
That'll be very nice. So the Vespes seem to have shown up to the island. They're trying to muscle the Orlais family out. Specifically myself and my cousin, who is still missing. First, they try to muscle us out through assassination, then through blackmail, now through posters. Excuse me.
This is incredible! Who would have thought that our governor and the legate were involved in sordid affairs?
It's obviously a lie. How could you believe that kind of poster?
You're all so gullible! I knew it all along. This government is illegitimate.
Alright, tell me, curious citizen.
Greetings, madam. Did you happen to see by any chance who stuck up these posters?
Oh, you are the famous legate these posters speak of. You would never tell me if it were all true. Anyway, if you want revenge against the woman who stuck 'em up, you're too late. The guards caught her in the act, and when they saw what was written on the posters, they took her to the barracks. She must be rotting away in jail now.
Thank you. And you shouldn't believe those lies.
I mean, I
As if
haven't
you could
actually
say
looked at the
anything
poster
else.
myself. How am I too late if she's in the jail? Like, I'm the legate. If she's in the jail, then... Or maybe she just doesn't have any concept of, like, what an illegitimate government would actually do with, somebody who's, like, trying to bring it down and has been caught. Maybe that's the thing. Either way, let's go into the coin barracks. Yeah. Find the jail cell, talk to whoever this was, who was probably hired by Aurelia de Vespe to put these posters up. You know, it's very convenient that it makes no sense that somebody who would be tossed in jail would just be standing there right in front of the jail cell, just waiting for who knows what. But if she wasn't standing in front of the jail cell, I wouldn't be able to just walk up to her and press the X button. She wouldn't be able to stand out quite as much because she'd be in the back of the cell.
Hello. I'm the bastard murderer from your posters.
Oh, Your Excellency. I'm not responsible for the content of those posters. I had no choice but to stick them up. In a sense, the guard's arrest protected me, but my partner is under lock and key and guarded by armed men who bear the de Vespe livery. They are responsible. They forced me to stick these posters up all around town. They threatened to kill my partner. If you don't stop them, they will kill him. I beg you, free him.
I believe you, and I will free your friend if I can. Do you know where the other posters are? I must destroy this nonsense before it creates a riot.
No, they only gave me one stack of them. They certainly have more, but I don't know where they're hiding the rest. The men who are holding him must know.
Very well. I have no other choice but to free him. Where is he being held?
Behind the barracks, along the docks. Please, hurry.
Now, it's interesting how much of the subtitles disagreed with the spoken dialogue. She kept calling the person her friend, her partner. You kept calling this person that she wants me to save her friend. But at one point, the subtitle actually calls him her husband. Instead of partner. It's not like a... It's not just one-to-one, but like, there seems to be no mention of like a specific like love relationship in the dialogue, in the audible dialogue. But in the subtitles, he is her husband, which kind of makes me wonder how we have that differences. Hello, how are you? I'm just going to... Oh, I can't use Storm yet. That's fine. Against these spadassins. These rogues. Oh, you're blocking, I guess. Also, they're poisoning me, but the poison is pretty damn weak. Oh. What are you guys doing down there? And that's the issue with the combat system of this game. I've mentioned it time and time again. It seems to be built around bigger open environments, not around enclosed areas. All right. Oh, you just got up. You weren't tied or anything. You were just there. This is the pastor. This is the poster paster's partner.
Do you know where my friend is? She went to stick up those horrible posters.
She sent me to rescue you. She was imprisoned, but she'll probably get out soon. The presence of these men will prove that she had no intention of causing an insurrection.
Oh, you've taken a great weight off my shoulders. I was worried she'd been killed. They were such brutes.
I must destroy the rest of the posters. Do you have any idea where those men could have hidden them?
Well, they spoke of having a reserve just outside of town. In a small hut, if my memory serves me well. You should go and check.
Thank you. And try to avoid the Vesps in the future. They're dangerous.
It seems as though the main places for crime in this world are warehouses by the docks and little huts outside of town. There seems to be no jurisdiction over those two areas. Oh, hold on. I'm going the entire wrong way. The hut is on the other side of town. That's okay. I do appreciate the alliteration of the poster paster's partner. And I wonder if that is necessarily purposeful on the account of the writer. I want to say the answer is yes, but they never exactly gave a name. Oh, hello. Are these more Vespes? Considering the fact that they're throwing poison around, the answer is probably yes, since the Vespes were supposedly notable poisoners. Oh, thank you, Afra. You know, I was just thinking, like, there's a lot of times where I'm in this town and I'm attacked by, like, some just random group of thugs. Like, are there no guards or soldiers in New Serene? I'm never attacked. I don't think I've ever been attacked in Hickman. I might have been attacked once in San Mateus. But New Serene, I'm just constantly getting attacked left and right. Ooh, make it explode. I was wondering when Sir de Corsilion was going to make a re-entrance into the game, especially in the DLC. So far, we've only had Lady Mirage show up as an introduction to the Vespes themselves. Alright, but let's just cut to Sir de Corsilion at the top of the governor's mansion. Sir de Corsilion, we've got stuff to talk to you about. And it's not about your skeleton you've got there in the corner.
You seem somewhat gloomy. What's troubling you?
Life.
As you may have heard, the De Vespe family has sent a delegation to the island. It's led by the prince's daughter herself.
Ah, most curious. And very worrying indeed. But you didn't come all this way in person just to bring me the bad news, I take it?
You read my mind. Knowledge is power. I need all the information you've got.
Let's see. Show him the recovered documents and the marriage contract.
I recovered some documents that
I hope, yeah.
intended to
I
use
was going to
against
say, I
us.
hope that's the marriage
I
contract that
also
we're
brought you
talking
the
about.
wedding contract.
We want to make sure whether or not that's actually a
Yes.
an
A
approved
skillful
contract.
blend of truths and untruths, as is to be expected. I'm afraid, however, this letter from Julia d'Orsay, Constantine's mother, is genuine. But your cousin is not to blame for his mother's folly. It caused him more harm than good, and he was but a child when his brother was killed. But the implication that he's not the prince's son is absurd. You know them both, and you know how much Constantine looks like his father. As for these documents,
I
about your
actually
mother,
have never seen
poor
his
Lizzie
father.
would never have deceived your father. And furthermore,
It's all right. I know. I'm a native of Tirfredi. My real mother was a Donegad of the Sisag Nemeis clan. So in a way, all this is both true and completely false. I'm not General de Sarde's daughter, and my mother never deceived him.
I wasn't aware you knew. It's true you were adopted, and though the adoption was somewhat irregular, in any case, I doubt that this information could truly be used against you. The revelations about Constantine are more cause for concern. But since you recovered the evidence, we needn't worry about it being used against us. Providing it's the only copy, of course.
I believe so. What do you make of the marriage contract? Is it genuine?
Well, the writing is that of a court clerk. But their handwriting all looks the same. Would be difficult to tell if it was truly written by your uncle. As for the seal, well, I'm almost certain that it is a forgery. But an excellent one at that. That being said, without the seal itself, you'd be hard-pressed to prove it. If we denounce this contract without evidence, everyone will say that it's just an excuse to get out of the wedding.
In that case, I need to find that seal. Let's hope Aurelia de Vespe has brought it with her.
I'd wager she did. She may want to use it again. If you want to find it, you'll have to get her away from her camp to have a good chance to search her belongings.
As I'm supposed to be organizing the princess's arrival, Lady Morange can surely help by sending for her. Thank you, sir.
Was there anything else you wish to ask?
Like, why don't... If the seal is supposed to be a forgery, wouldn't I have, like, actual examples of the seal? Although I suppose everything that might have been sealed and transported was probably unsealed at some point, but in theory, with all the documents in New Serene, there's got to be at least something that hasn't been unsealed,
my way.
so that you could use that as a comparison between, like, what is
And
the
tread
true
carefully.
seal versus what isn't. But I suppose this is acceptable enough. We shall go talk to Lady Morange. We shall ignore this empty room where our cousin used to be. We can no longer invite him for bowling. It is a sad day for everyone. And then see if Lady Morange can distract Lady de Vespe for just long enough. Alright, and then she's inside this house over here. Lady Morange, we've got some business with you.
By the look on your face, you've already experienced the de Vespe's deceit firsthand.
Indeed. Aurelia tried to blackmail us. I had to recover evidence she gathered against my cousin and myself.
And she also
and
tried
stop a riot in
assassination
town
too.
She caused by sticking up posters which mocked us, and which depicted you as the heroine.
And I can assure you I'm not responsible.
I don't doubt it, madam. However, Sir de Cossillon told me that the seal used on the wedding contract was fake, but that we needed the fake seal itself to prove it and put an end to this sham.
So you would like me to get Aurelia de Vespe away from her quarters so you can search them at your leisure?
That's
Yes.
the general idea. She did ask us to organize her arrival. Your message shouldn't surprise her.
Don't worry, I know exactly what I'm going to write. The young de Vespe may be talented, but I have years more experience. Oh, I may offer some advice, you should question the Nauts who brought her here. They must have gleaned some
That is
information on
true.
our charming princess on such a long journey in close quarters. Admiral Cabral should know where they are. You should go and see her. Do you have any other questions?
Nope, that's it.
Goodbye, Lady Morange.
Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful. Don't underestimate the trickery of the de Vespes.
I suppose that's the thing that I forget, is the fact that people can't just sail their own ships in this universe. The Nauts are the ones in charge of the seas.
Come closer, good people.
Which, like, their closely guarded secret is just that they use technology. And if that is the case, like, why doesn't anybody else just try without magic anyway? Admiral Cabral, have I got question... Actually, I don't have questions. I just have one question for you.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Greetings, Admiral. I came to see you as I seek information about Aurelia de Vespe and her entourage. Since they landed on this island, they haven't ceased their efforts to undermine our city and our diplomatic position. And since they traveled on your ships for several months, I thought you and your men would surely have things to say about them.
We don't make a habit of revealing information about our passengers, but I'm willing to make an exception this time. Since we got here, part of our ship's crew, those who were in contact with the de Vespes, haven't been heard from. The rest of the crew, the ones who steered the ship, are here. They're worried and fear the worst for their comrades. I would be very grateful if you inquired of their whereabouts. If you find them alive, I will not object to them telling you everything they know. Quite the opposite. One thing is certain. The de Vespes will never set another foot on one of our ships.
Rest assured, I'll do my best to find them. Goodbye, Admiral.
Goodbye, Desarde. And be careful.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
All right. You know, one of the things that I was talking about in regards to, like, managing a project. That's one of the things I mentioned earlier on in the game, I've mentioned a few times now, is, like, you have, when it comes to making any sort of project, it's always good to know what size it is, to manage your expectations. One person can only do so much. 10 people can only do so much. And I feel like with the DLC, like their desire to create a new area, also, how do I even get down from there? Their desire to create a new area and a new place to explore and a new story to go through. Like, I feel like this would have been a little bit tighter of experience. If they just reused locations. And like a large amount of the island is already fairly full. But even if like they just occupied, let's say, a mansion in New Serene, instead of like occupying like their own camp here. Like, they could just design the interior of the mansion, and that would be the new location. They wouldn't have to make these tiger lion enemies for no particular reason. As they don't fit into... Oh my gosh. As they don't actually figure into the plot. They're just there in the area for you to fight against. Siora... Please. You're embarrassing us in front of the de Vespes. Alright, let's see if we can find stuff that belongs to the missing knots. Oh, there's a dead body. Notes on Governor Cornelia, Mother Cardinal Cornelia. According to Ptolemy records, Cornelia was born in 768 after Saint Matthias, 1285 after the foundation of Perennes. Okay, so you've got two different calendar systems. The Mother Cardinal comes from a high-ranking, deeply religious family, and therefore had fully mapped out future in the hierarchy of Ptolemy, in spite of certain setbacks in her youth. Our informants tell us that she was a regular customer in places of sin. However, she apparently got rid of her old demons once she entered the order. Apparently, being the operative word, servants have told us that orgies are organized in San Mateus and that the Mother Cardinal is involved in one way or another. Finding embarrassing proof on her dealings shouldn't be very difficult. Then she'll fall into line. Well, I mean, that's if she starts them up again. Another key. Alright. So there are no knots here at the very least. Governor Burhan. Governor Burhan was born in Al Said in 164. I don't know why I said it like that. After the foundation of the Alliance in 1292, after the foundation of Perennes. Born to a powerful family, Burhan was first renowned as a great mathematician and philosopher. He wrote several books before turning towards diplomacy and being appointed governor of the Young Alliance colony on Tir Fredi. We have failed to find any interesting details about the governor himself. He seems to be a rather peaceful man. However, we could easily make trouble for him by supporting his rival, Kurnaz. Their faction is growing more and more powerful on the continent, and Kurnaz has long wished to replace Burhan. Until Burhan is sent back to El Said, supporting the native rebels with whom they are at war should suffice to occupy him. So,
It's disgusting. All this dirt collected on each of us to better cause trouble. We must stop them, Desade, or the island will get thrown into chaos before falling under their control.
yeah. The Vespes are all over the place. They started off with the congregation of merchants, but their plans are to just blackmail everybody. Everybody. Even Tiny Tim. How do I... Oh. This has a basement.
Hey, is someone here? We need help. Help!
I'm not even going... I was gonna just not use the key.
Thank you. Thank you immensely for having freed us. Had we stayed here, those lunatics would have killed us.
They already killed one of the men by giving him some kind of potion.
Yes.
They call those poisons.
With a smile on her face and poisoned one of our men. To test the effects of a plan. That's what she said.
We must go through Aurelia's things. We need to prove that the wedding contract was forged to stop her from causing harm. Did you see or hear anything which could help me while you traveled here with Aurelia de Vespe?
That woman is very secretive. She isn't the kind of person who speaks of her plans in front of those she treats as servants.
I served her in her cabin. Every time I came in, she slipped the documents she was reading or writing in special chests. However, one day I heard her talking to one of her followers. She told him that with all the information they had gathered, they would easily take over the island. She clearly spoke of bringing the other governors to their knees with the information she had against them. She wants to blackmail them.
She probably kept us locked up here because she knew that we had heard her plans.
That's undoubtedly true. Thank you for this information. Do you know how to get back to the Admiral now that you're free?
Yes. Don't worry. We'll soon be back on our ship. Thanks to you. Goodbye, Your Excellency. Be careful.
All right. We have freed the knots. We have gained their knowledge. Let's head over to Aurelia's camp, see if we can find that seal and perhaps something else. How on... Like, this area of ruins is just such a jumbled mess of buildings, which I suppose is realistic. If you're going to an area that has been ruined for a very long period of time, you probably won't be able to figure out your way through that place very easily. Do I care about being stealthy? That is... Like, should I wait until night? I don't know. There we go. So sneaky. Like, these enemy camps have more guards wandering around their base than New Serene has. Like, in the entire town. Oh. Good job. Nobody noticed us. Note concerning the Knots. Keep the Knots who served us during our crossing locked up in the underground rooms under the ruins in the south of the region. They must not reveal what they witnessed, and having a few Knot hostages could be of use against their admiral if need be. All right. That told us nothing we didn't already know. Let us save our game before crossing over to Aurelia's hut. Does this thing have a back door? It does not have a back door. I wonder, can I just circle around? Oh yeah, there were other guards in the back of the hut too, I think. Yeah, and that one is looking directly at that. I was gonna say, how did I cross back and for that one? Can I sneak by you? Nah, I guess I can't. Oh well. Sir. How rude of you guys. Storm. Magic healing. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any concern for reputation lost. And there's always the save game I could fall back on. All right. Ah, the fake seal. It was right there on the desk. Why was it just on the desk? Unfortunately, my plan to get rid of De Sardet and their companions failed. What a shame! Without their support, Constantine would have bent the knee without balking. However, we have enough evidence to keep those two connivers in step. Yet I fear that my plan will be difficult to implement. Even if I do manage to make those two obey, the former governor and the other d'Orsay family loyalists still hold sway over the colony here and could jeopardize my plans. Alas, I've run out of poison, but I've spotted a few plants in the area that could be of use. Once Lady Morange is out of the picture, I'll get rid of the others, and then all we'll have to do is rise up and take our places at the head of the city. Father will be surprised, but I'm sure he'll be proud. Lady Mirage is in danger, it looks like. Learn about the local poisons from the Donega. And save Lady Mirage.
The seal is very accurate. I wonder how many other contracts the de Vespes have forged using this method.
In any case, thanks to this seal, we can prove that the contract was forged. And we can send Mr. Vespe back to the continent.
That may be so, but after seeing what was written in that journal, I'm worried about Lady Morange. We should try to find an antidote. The Donegada in this region should be able to help us. They must know about all the plants.
Most likely, yeah. Ah, son of a... Okay, so the marker is right here. The shaded area is where I need to go to. Alright, now we're actually in the right location. Locals. Tell me about your flora and fauna.
Oi, onol manawi.
Hello.
Bur tirtumat.
Just hello, not
Oinvat
I'm
from the Boignodas clan.
I'm Deserde of Legate of the congregation.
Bur tirtumat, Siora. I hope your friend will be able to help us. I've heard people talking about you in the village, and Dunkas respects you, so I'm sure you'll understand.
What is it?
This land has been sacred for generations, and only the Donegader of our clan can come to calm the anger of Enonmil Frichtimen.
This is where he spilled the burning blood of the land to destroy our enemies. The sun trembled and the sky was black for days.
It is madness to come back here, especially for Renaigse. You must leave and take all the other Renaigse with you.
Do not fret. I intend to ensure that they don't stay long.
Oh, okay. So the thing you want me to help you do is the thing I'm doing already. Okay, I can deal with that.
Because we can already feel the anger rising up to Credennis, and many would die if it spread.
And these Renaigse don't understand anything. They're multiplying like flies. No sooner had the ones in black arrived from the sea than others came from the woods to surround them. And now here you are.
I promise that these lands will soon find their peace.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
I've literally asked you nothing right now. I've asked nothing so far. Tell me about your poisonous plants.
Yes, I actually need your help. I'm sure you know all about the plants in the region. Do you know of any that are poisonous? The leader of those who came here plans to poison one of my friends.
It's true that the leader left the camp at one point. She stayed in the woods for a while.
If it was poisonous plants she was after, I'm sure she would have collected sedek leaves at this time of year. It's a slow but horrible poison, which causes a great deal of suffering. But the antidote can be found in some roots that we know well.
You're in luck. We have a small bottle.
That's convenient.
Anyone who drinks it quickly after being poisoned will survive.
Thank you. I am infinitely grateful.
Do you have anything else to ask us?
Nope.
Thanks again.
I
for
also
your help.
wonder if Lady Mirage has absolutely nothing to do in the story for the rest of the game.
Those Renaigse need to leave.
Like, because in theory, if I wanted, I could have gone directly to Lady Mirage to try to stop Aurelia. And then Aurelia may have already poisoned her, and in theory, if this is a game where choices do matter, Lady Mirage might have died. And that makes me wonder if we have just crossed a point in the game where Lady Mirage has no effect on the story. It's kind of like in The Walking Dead Season 1. If you haven't played The Walking Dead Season 1, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Let's just say there's a character who, at some point in the story, is bitten by a zombie. And there's a choice where you can make for that character, whether or not to chop that character's wounded arm off to try to stop the spread of the infection. It doesn't actually do that. It does not cause any issues with blood loss, and that character never uses that arm for the rest of the game. So, like, it's an interesting way of kind of like giving you the illusion of choice, while still kind of maintaining alternate realities without necessarily creating a lot of content dependent on one choice or the other. Versus the other. Let us go to Lady Mirage. Save her life. She's probably laying on the floor, poisoned, foaming at the mouth.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving me. I never imagined the Vespes would go so far. tried to poison me.
Don't mention it. The Doneigada of the Duncast clan should also be thanked, my lady. They gave us the antidote.
May they be blessed. I'll send them a present to thank them. But you should go straight to the palace. Aurelia de Vespe was headed there. I'm afraid she may try to take over by force.
I'll go there right away. Get well soon, my lady.
Let's see, we have 2 guards at the front, 2 guards in the lobby. Maybe another 2 in the hall. Okay, so these 2 didn't do anything. They were just like, well, this is our station.
Aurelia de Vespe, on behalf of Governor Constantin d'Orsay, you are under arrest.
Oh, really? Hardly surprising. Typical of the d'Orsay family's underhanded methods. On what grounds?
Murder,
might I ask?
conspiracy,
Firstly, for
kidnapping,
fraud and forgery.
fraud.
The wedding contract you gave us is a fake.
Your lies are as dismal as they are desperate. The contract bears the seals of both my father and your prince. Is he trying to back out? Or has his idiot son simply decided to disobey him?
One, Constantine hasn't even showed up
The
yet.
d'Orsay seal upon this contract is forged, and I can prove it. Here. This is what was used to seal the contract. A cleverly made counterfeit we found in your camp.
That seal proves nothing. You probably made it yourself to undermine me. That contract could not be more authentic. The same, however, cannot be said of your noble lineage.
The second charge made against you is the attempted murder of Lady Morange. Are you also going to deny that your men attacked her?
This is a very serious accusation. I assure you that I had no knowledge of any attack on the former governor. And if an attack did indeed take place, I am certainly not the one responsible.
Is that so? Then why does this journal, written in your handwriting, say that you wish to rid your city of all d'Orsay sympathizers, and that you'd found the perfect poison to do the deed in the forests surrounding your camp? Thankfully for Lady Morange, the Doneigada living in the region gave us an antidote.
A journal only conveys thoughts, not facts. Don't
Okay.
tell me you've never wished for someone's death without actually acting on
But
those
Lady
thoughts.
Morange
And
also
more to the
corroborated
point,
that
who's to
point.
say that journal's
Oh my
genuine
gosh.
In the first place? Your so-called evidence, Mr. Sade, is but a pack of lies.
I'm still
Lastly,
arresting you.
You are accused of having sequestered and murdered the Nauts who brought you to this island.
Another baseless accusation. I don't know how you could possibly prove my involvement.
As it happens, we freed the survivors, and they are very willing to testify against you. For all the charges set against you, you are under arrest.
The malachor upon you, de Sade. I greatly underestimated you. How wrong I was. I should have courted you and made you my ally. Together, we would have been unstoppable. Very well. What are you going to do with me?
I said arrest you.
You'll be imprisoned here while we wait for the Congregation Council's ruling. Go on. Lock her up.
So the subtitle said guards take her away. The audible dialogue was go on, lock her up.
The de Vespes would have tried to impose themselves to the bitter end. It's fantastic that you gathered all this evidence. We won't have a ruling from the council for months. Years even. But I'm sure the de Vespes will pay a heavy price for Aurelia's folly, and the d'Orsay family will emerge greater than ever. Anyway, you should destroy the documents you found. Nobody else should ever get hold of them.
You're right. I'm going to burn them all right now, just to be on the safe side. Goodbye, sir. Thank you for your help.
I merely gave you guidance. That is my role. See you later.
Ooh. I got new stuff. Can I actually wear the stuff? Yes, but it's worse than what I'm wearing. But, in the name of Fashion Fall, does it look good? I've been waiting. Oh, hold on. Let's go out into sunlight. This'll do. I cannot wear it. Also, I never bothered putting in the skill point. from like 2 times ago. Because I'm busy saving up. No, I can get it now. Excellent. Okay, so I can't wear that. Is that an elegant hat? I'm not impressed by that hat. I'm not actually even that impressed by this armored doublet. It just looks like a regular doublet, but with a little bit more lace. Yeah, that seems to be the only real difference, is it's like the previous, like regular armor that you've seen before, but with slightly more lace. I'm just gonna throw that into my chest at my residence after destroying these compromising documents. That's fine, I don't need my network to play a single-player game.
All that's left is to destroy the evidence the Vespes collected about us.
Just fling these books into the fire. All right. And the DLC is done. We can... When did I get this thing? If only I spent slightly more points into these other weapons so I could actually use these huge things. Yeah, so the DLC is done. Next time we will return to the story itself. For now, though, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.